Honestly, guys, I just gotta be real. I just gotta be real for one moment. Let me be real with y'all. Let me relate. Let me touch grass with y'all. Let me touch bases. We have too many fucking clowns on the internet. Brendan Schaub, podcast host, former and pro MMA fighter, and a comedian. Stand up at that. He's also suing a small YouTuber over fair use, and if he wins, it could destroy any creator in terms of making any content that isn't their own transformative. And we're going to be talking about that today. We're going to be talking about this clown today. So apparently, Brendan Schaub is suing a small creator for making fun of him, basically, talking shit, giving criticism, nothing out of the normal. If I'm not mistaken, this small creator had actually used pieces of Brendan's content to criticize him. And I just want to let everybody know that that's allowed. It's legal to do that. That's why fair use exists, to make fun of content and to give your take on said content. Like that's literally the point of fair use. And if common sense is going to be in the courtroom, if we're going to have actual working brain cells in this courtroom, then that small creator has a good chance of winning this case, and it's going to show how much more of a clown Brendan Schaub is. Now, for Brendan, you think he wouldn't be too bothered by this, especially since he himself is a comedian. He makes people laugh, guys. He's funny, apparently. But he thinks he's been violated under the guise of fair use, and he's going after this small creator. And since he does a podcast, since he literally reacts to forms of content, to other people's content, and gives his take on it, which is what a podcast does, he's basically suing somebody for the same thing that he does. Like that's not bullshit. That's literally what a podcast is. That's what you do in a podcast. You give your take. You talk about what's going on in said topic or said subject, or even a video that you're watching in regards to a topic or subject, and you give your take on it. You give your opinion on it. Apparently, our boy Brendan the Clown Schaub does not understand that concept. But honestly, all of this seems hypocritical, especially for a comedian, someone that runs a podcast, which is just sad, because he apparently can't take a joke, guys. He's a comedian, but can't take a joke. And he just doesn't understand fair use very well. That's just bad. You gotta be self-aware of stuff like that. And if you just aren't, you're just mentally challenged. You're mentally dim, dude. Now, I just find it very funny that we've seen this many times before. If you want me to be real, this reminds me of the Avatar, the last Airbend and the last Airbender. Fuck. But if you don't really get the analogy or where I'm coming from, like fair use and just the lawsuits that we've seen over the years, even within this year, if we're going to be seeing any more, there are going to be in many different sizes and forms. The problem with it is it's the same. Basically what I mean is, it seems like every time we have a situation where someone is getting sued for fair use, it literally has to do with the same thing, the same bullshit. This content creator made fun of that content creator. That content creator, butthurt as shit, goes ahead and sues this content creator, all because that content creator is hurt. And then the content creator uses some bullshit like fair use, how they just took my content and didn't make it transformative. Like that's the type of tit for tat bullshit that's going to happen if Brendan wins, basically. Like if this wins, it's going to set a major, huge precedent. It's going to make not only the ecosystem of YouTube a very weird fucking place, but it's also going to be bad and harmful for the creator sphere. Now, a perfect famous example of this would be H3H3 getting sued and actually winning. Not only did that set a very positive precedent, but it also showed content creators, including content creators like him, like other commentary channels, that we can actually joke with famous people, that we can joke on anyone, that we can talk shit about anyone, just as long as we're making the content, or whomever's content that we're bashing on, transformative, that we're putting some effort or some work into making it our own. So yeah, you know, in many ways, like I said, this comes in many shape and form and sizes, but it's just the fucking same. And I guess you could say with this scenario in of itself, a blind man can see this shit and can tell you who's right and who's wrong. And if you want me to be real, Brendan Schaub is fucking wrong and is a fucking clown. And if you want me to be honest with you, I just don't understand how, you know, how you're suing someone for this and you don't for some reason see that you're in the wrong. I just don't get it. Now, ideally, I see things, and as many others can see it, Brendan Schaub should lose this case. In fact, there's no reasonable way he has a chance of winning this case. And I say that ideally, though. I say it ideally. The reason why I say it ideally, and I keep repeating that part, is because there's been many people, or I guess you can say there's been many cases that, you know, that has to deal with fair use, in which a person that's in the wrong actually wins, because, you know, you have a judge who doesn't understand the internet, doesn't get it at all, and it just takes for, you know, the person that's butthurt about being made fun of to show them a video of some clip, and, you know, and then, you know, the person tells them, like, hey, that's my content. His content is in my video. It's not going to take but a judge to obviously see that and correlates. Oh, well, yeah, they are destroying fair use in this case. We need to stop this. No, fucker. No, you need to look at it some more. Like, god damn. Now, I find this all weird and bizarre. Why? One, this dude, Brendan Schaub, is a comedian. So why is he so sensitive when it comes to someone making fun at your expense? If anything, as a comedian, you can make a joke better, or better yet, not care, because the joke wouldn't be funny to you. But this is how sensitive this guy is. And speaking of Brendan being a sensitive clown, too, this dude is a former MMA fighter. He took punches. He gave punches. I'm sure this motherfucker can do a crazy ass spinning judo kick or some type of crazy shit like that. But he can't take a fucking joke. This clown is so sensitive that he has to sue a smaller creator over jokes. I really can't keep calling him a clown at this point. He's more or less a bitch. He's more or less a bitch made. If anything, like, honestly, was the jokes that bad? Was the jokes really, I guess you can say, that good that you have to go ahead and sue somebody? Like you know it's that bad if you're doing something over the top to make a point, or in this case, overcompensate for something. By the way, this smaller creator that I am defending is no stranger to controversy, as they've been into some things, including allegations of domestic abuse. So is what I'm saying, is this take that I'm giving is me defending this person? You know, I know a lot of people might turn their heads and give me a weird look by me doing this, but this guy in this case is a victim, and that's how a lot of people, including myself, care about fair use and the abuse of it. Like, you have to understand, if I'm literally willing to defend somebody who's been known for, or had allegations against him as a domestic abuser, then you see how much I and a lot of other people care about fair use. Now, this is so important, especially for YouTubers, content creators generally, or specifically me. Why is this important to me as a content creator? A lot of my videos have pieces of material and content that isn't mine. In fact, if you haven't noticed, the majority of YouTube content to begin with is not content that belongs to the person that made that video. It's content that came from fucking TV shows, that came from comic books, that came from different forms of media that you have no idea. Like, literally, there is different types of fucking media, like the radio, for example, is, you can find clips of Howard Stern's fucking show on YouTube. Like, I can't make this shit up. There's literally different forms of content that's on YouTube that doesn't belong to the person that made the video. So, with that being said, like, literally, if it wasn't for fair use, if it wasn't for, you know, the copyright system and all this crap, if it wasn't for fair use protecting us as content creators, I wouldn't exist. A lot of your favorite content creators wouldn't exist. I'm gonna give a real life example right here, and before I do that, fair use is very important, mostly to protect creators, but mostly it's to help us as creators make better content. Like I said, a real world example, Mr. Beast in his Squid Game video. One of the biggest videos of the year could have gotten sued. He could have gotten his video taken down under the guise of fair use. But because he was transformative with it, because he made this and that and tweaked the little certain things, it didn't get taken down. It didn't cause for a lawsuit to happen where the guys that made Squid Game came after Mr. Beast. No, nothing like that happened. Why? Because Mr. Beast and his video is protected under fair use. And apparently Brendan Schaub doesn't understand that concept. Like I said, guys, bitch and a clown. Guys, it's time for me to make you pee your pants for a second. It's time for me to put fear in your fucking hearts. Say if Brendan won this case, which, by the way, you know, the smaller creator in question is going to be defending himself in court. But again, say if Brendan does win this case, this will be bad for the YouTube ecosphere as a whole, because say if you're some petty ass YouTube creator and someone makes a video on you, if I make a video on you, and then next thing you know I end up getting some type of weird cease and desist letter, or even I get like I get a subpoena for me to get sued or some shit, like I don't fucking know, but basically I get sued because I made fun of this person or their content, and the only reason why they are suing me is because I'm making fun of them. Now they can give a reason, you know, a reason that would make sense to a judge, like, you know, oh, their content is in my videos and they're not following fair use. That is a reason for someone to sue me. Literally, they can do it. The only reason why it hasn't been done is because I show clips. I don't show the entire fucking thing. I show clips, and a lot of other people do too. And it just baffles me, because not only would this affect the YouTube ecosystem, but this is going to make people fucking scared of making content. This is going to make people scared of even transforming other people's content to make it their own, because it's going to be to a point where you can't even use nobody's content. Because if you do, oh, they use my content? Oh, well, I want mine. I'm suing you. I want my fucking money. I want this. I want that. It's going to be these constant petty-ass, dumb-ass, tit-for-tat lawsuits that's not going to help anyone. In fact, that's going to even fuck up the YouTube ecosystem, the creator sphere as a whole. Like, honestly, like, that's why you have video game companies that don't go after YouTubers that are gamers, that literally play their video games, because it's a mutual benefit. We as the creator love the company that makes the games. We play the game to not only bring in more content and more views for us, but to bring in more revenue and more audience and more views to the company that created the game. It's a mutual beneficial deal. It may be unspoken of, it may have been explained in the past, and is taboo to explain because everybody should fucking know this, but it's mutual. That's why video game companies don't fucking sue creators. That's even a better example than what I had. That's even fucking better. All in all, guys, all in all, Brendan Schaub is a bitch. He is a clown. He's a lot of things. He's not funny because I watched his comedy set routine. It wasn't funny. It was garbage, doo-doo butter. Thank you, Omni. It was bullshit. It was trash. Like, dude, you're not funny. I don't get how you're trying to sue somebody over this shit. Like, get a fucking life, dude. Like, honestly, like, this is so fucking gay. This is just so fucking gay. But guys, I'm gonna have to end the video here. If you liked the video, if you were new, then please hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. If you were old, again, guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome to another video. But guys, I'm gonna have to end the video here. This has been your boy Jason, the Only-Face General himself, signing out. Peace. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright, so thick boy. Alright, dude. Alright. Yep. Yeah. This is one of Brendan Schaub's podcasts. Channels, whatever the fuck, thick boy. Yeah. I'm just gonna let the title speak for itself.